Welcome to the Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl Show. The pod with a dope squad, talking about life, all straight with no chaser. Thanks for clicking that play button. Take a shot and join your host, Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl, also known as Rob, Mike, and Dunia.
We're back.
That's a good one.
Especially, yeah, that is a good one. We might steal that. Special day. We're recording on a Sunday. It is Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
To all the fathers out there.
And the single moms doing both roles.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Them too.
This is episode 20 again.
It's 21. We're just going to circle back to 20. We had some technical difficulties on 20.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties. That's a tongue twister.
But like that episode, we have a special guest this episode as well.
We do. Yeah. We do. Welcome to Cognac's Papa.
Thank you. Thank you very much for inviting me.
You want to tell about yourself?
My name is Roger Murdock.
Not doctor?
I'm the father-in-law of Dunia, and my son, Robert, and also Michael, adopted son of my daughter. Very close family member. Known him for many, many years. Mm-hmm. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, how was everybody's week?
Mine was really busy. I'm so exhausted that I don't know what day it is today, actually.
It's a Sunday.
It's Sunday, Father's Day.
Yes, absolutely. I forgot. As I said, well, I need my shot.
Yes, that's
Salute.
the problem. Salute. You got stung.
Oh, yes.
You got
Now
stung
I
by
remember.
something.
Today is Sunday.
You got stung by something.
Oh, yes, I did. I got bit by this little nasty, I think African bee, which my arm or mosque or whatever, and actually my, what portion of hand is called?
The forearm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Doctor.
Just swollen like a basketball.
I think we're going to have to amputate.
Luckily, the swelling is going down.
You sure we don't have to amputate?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Thank God.
I have some tools.
I was going to say, the chef in me has some sharp knives.
I'm sure you guys do.
Like a movie. How was your week?
My week was a somber, I guess that's the word. Lost my aunt Monday morning. One of my favorite aunts, yeah.
Sorry to hear.
Later in the tomb Friday morning. Yeah, so.
Really, my condolences to you and your family.
Rest in peace.
Rest in
Aunt
peace.
Jean.
So it's like a blur. Because everything was kind of fast.
This
Lost her
is
on Monday.
your mom's side? Or
My mom's sister.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear.
She suffered with a little bit of Alzheimer's and cancer. So she survived breast cancer about 3 years ago.
Yes.
And earlier this year, they found a mass on her pancreas.
Right.
And they removed it, and it came back. And they came back real aggressive, and wasn't nothing they can do.
Yes.
Yeah. And so they put her on the clock, and it expired.
I'm sorry to hear it.
Yeah.
Alzheimer's is the worst.
Yeah.
I don't wish it on no one.
Yeah. Me either.
It's really a bad thing. Of course, cancer is the same, just about.
71 years old, pretty young.
That is young.
Yeah.
That's a young age.
Well, thank God she's not in pain anymore. And you got an angel.
Mm-hmm.
We need those. How was your week?
It was good. Got a new guy, came in. Hopefully he'll be successful. I worked with him a little bit, and basically, it's just, we'll see how he
fresh meat
works out. I hope he does the same as the other guy I brought in. because he's a beast, as far as I'm concerned. Very knowledgeable, very, so on and so forth. So.
Good to hear, Robert.
Yeah. You'll know in 90 days.
Right.
Right. Well, yeah, I'll know 90. Yeah, basically, yeah. I have him training with certain people. That's
Yeah,
what
well.
it is. Right.
My week was pretty good. Still missing my niece. Waiting for her to get back.
And they're coming back.
Not until next Sunday.
Not too late.
Next Sunday. So I've just been FaceTiming her. And, yeah. It's weird because she has only been here like a year, but I just feel like something's missing when she's not around.
When you get used to a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you. When you're not around, I just miss you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make sure that I appear more often.
Bring your Speedos so we can
Absolutely.
actually swim sometime. And also, Cognac's mama is here. She's just in the background, listening,
Where's
stalking.
Mama?
Say hi. Hi. Anyway, so Father's Day is a special day.
Mm-hmm.
What does it mean for you to be a father? Tequila.
What it mean for me to
On
be
the
a father?
spot, yes.
Yeah, it means hopefully a day of rest. Somebody was asking me what I want for Father's Day. I say not to be a father. Just leave me alone. Act like I'm not here.
And pay these bills.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for real. Because you're always giving. I mean, I think a good father always giving. Whether it's big or small, you're always making sure everything is taken care of. And if you can get that time where you're just not giving and you can just exhale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Not thinking about
Not
the
thinking
kids.
about, yeah. But it's hard to do. Even when you get that time, it's hard to not think about what you need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when it's Monday tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's hard to relax. What does Father's Day mean for you?
Being a father, I think it's a gift, actually. I mean, it's a gift when you become a dad. Especially when,
You have a son like me.
absolutely, that too, that's without a doubt. But when you hear your son or your daughter, they call you dad, it's just a kind of a pleasure. It's a gift.
It is.
Oh.
And also you have to keep in mind, when the fathers or the moms, they go away, you would never know how valuable they are if they're actually gone, but that's beside the point. But as I mentioned, being a dad, I always thought, it's a gift.
That's good.
Especially because you have me.
Want to add that again?
Robert actually is a special son to me.
When the door says push, I pull.
Children are a gift.
That too,
Yeah.
yes.
And then you unwrap them.
Some people have some pretty bad kids, so I was just going to say.
Did you say that then you wrap them or you unwrap them?
Unwrap the
But you can't wrap them back.
Can't wrap 'em back.
You always have to unwrap them. Yes.
Well, I think you both are amazing dads, and shout out to my dad, who's all the way in California. He is one of my favorite men on the planet. If you heard an episode about him before, he technically is my stepdad, but he stepped in and raised me my whole life, and that is something I could never repay
Great person.
for having him in my life.
He's a great person.
So, shout out to him too. And my mom for being a single mom until he came around. Drum roll.
Salute to him. Another shot.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Think
it's
by
so,
the time
it's
we're
so
done with
early.
this podcast, we're going to be laying down on the
Maybe
floor.
we'll be in the pool with no Speedos. Nude swimming.
Listen to church music.
Is it legal to swim nude in Texas?
Why not?
In your own pool?
In your own pool? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The neighbor, sometimes she watches us, but I mean, that's besides the point.
Binocular?
Huh? No, she doesn't need them. She just I see an eye coming through the fence, almost like a scary movie.
Let me go get in this.
No, I keep toothpicks by the side of the beep.
He stands there and dances
Yeah.
like this.
That's not the toothpick I'm talking
They
about.
have new beaches by Austin.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
My new
That
bar-
makes sense because Austin's kind of hippie.
No.
Yeah. Not where lakes.
I mean, people are walking around
Yeah.
doo-dooing in the streets in Austin right now. So,
Oh no.
right?
But have you noticed? I mean, side note: most people on nude beaches, you don't even want to see them.
Yeah.
So, they're not like
It's not
Like,
the French Riviera
yeah, it's just-
or
yeah.
Monte Carlo.
You went to the senior citizens movie.
But that's the ones that they're always senior citizens.
And it's just like the swingers parties. It's like everybody's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be at the swingers party today. And then you're like, oh my god, it's musty, it smells. Titties on the floor.
Sound like you have personal experience. I didn't go to that party, so
Never mind.
no further
You told them
no
so.
further explanation needed. You probably saw some stuff in Amsterdam, maybe.
No, I've never been to Amsterdam.
I thought that's where you guys were.
No, France.
We were there.
Oh.
Yeah.
The red light
France is
district.
Red
the
light
same way,
district.
too.
Oh, the red light district. We
Yeah.
went to the Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
It was very rouge,
It was rouge.
and very dark-eyed
Yeah.
ladies that had no souls,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
and trying to feed me some cognac that I didn't
A
even
lot
see.
of
What
hairy women too.
Yeah.
Are they hairy in France?
Absolutely. They don't
Well, I
shave
know
their
one-
legs. They don't shave under their arms.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I know one person that said that
Had
he had a blast.
Yeah.
He
Changed his
said
life.
that he asked me and Mike, are that normal complexion, is it that smooth all the time and that soft and sensual?
I think some of them they have more hair than I do.
That's not even possible. That's not possible. No. That's a running joke between us because he says I'm hairy, but nobody's hairier than my papa.
I
Period.
always said that Dania needs to shave her legs.
They're so smooth.
She never shaved.
They're
it.
so smooth.
I'm just kidding.
Every time I wear shorts, I go rub my legs on them. They're smooth. Period.
We just like to pick on each other.
That's our love language.
Absolutely.
We pick on each other, and then when you're annoyed, I just annoy you more until you laugh about it.
Growing up, I used to think my dad was being attacked by possums all the time. On his back.
Why? Because of the hair?
Possums
Well,
don't
I
do
have a
that.
lot of hair on my back, but I don't have no hair on my head.
What? Well, sometimes you do.
But sometimes I do.
Yeah.
When I go undercover.
Well, yeah. Yes, he's also an FBI agent. He has a lot of jobs. He has a lot of many jobs, like the Jamaicans. 19 jobs.
19 jumps.
Somebody got to save the world.
Right? Yeah. Oh, is that what he's doing? Well, I didn't know that. Okay, maybe
I
I'll
gave up this secret, Roger.
That's okay.
Captain Papa, saving the world
Saving
one
the world.
one day global at a time.
Hey, that's a good
Yeah, I'll get you a plaque
like that.
for your door.
Yeah, I need to make a sign. Would you please put that on your to-do list?
Okay, well, I'll laminate it for you. So, what is your favorite memory with your papa besides the possums attacking his back? I'm sure you have plenty, but what's a favorite that comes to the top of your head?
The funniest one was when I used to play basketball all the time in the front of the house. And one time he came home and he was in a suit and everything. And I passed him the ball and said, please, just shoot. I'm just curious to shoot it. And he attempted it. And I don't know why it sticks out in my head because it was like a brownish jacket. And I remember, and he went to shoot in the suit and everything. And he actually, I thought he was going to airball it, to be honest with you. But he hit the rim.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm kind of impressed that he hit the rim.
In the suit. If he didn't have a suit on, he would have made it.
Yeah, right?
Then he told me he used to play in the basketball thing and this,
No, I was the captain team of volleyball.
Yeah, okay.
I used to love volleyball.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I don't like basketball. I mean, I watch the basketball game. I can sit through it, but
But
I
you
really
talk trash the
don't.
whole time.
Yeah.
They don't know what they're doing.
Because they make too much money. All these players, I think they make too much money.
I agree.
And I think they need to be all fired. They need to be paid minimum wage.
And give it to
And
give it to the
keep their
teachers.
mouth-
Give it to
they
the
need to keep
teachers.
their mouth shut. Because the more they make money, the more they just
talk.
open their mouth and they talk nonsense.
Well, I want to throw this out there. The more money I make, the more quiet I am. So,
Really?
So just wanted to just say that for Monday morning if you want to discuss it or anything.
I'm with you.
That's a good memory.
You know, greatest memory that I had from Robert.
Well,
Of
that was
course,
just
every
I had
day-
multiple, like she said, but
every day it's a good memory with Robert. Spending time. He's a funny person. It
Yeah, he
makes
is
me laugh every day.
hilarious.
But when he was younger, I asked him to bring me a glass of water, but make sure that he doesn't fill it up full of ice. So he goes to the refrigerator. He
I'm already laughing.
grabs the cup and he fills it to the rim, full of ice. Excuse me. And I asked him, I said, well, I asked you, not to bring me so much ice, just bring half of the cup. So what he does, and instead of just empty out half of the cup, he empties out the entire cup and he starts all over again to bring me the right amount of ice.
He wanted to be precise.
job well done.
Job well done.
Waste of water. That was okay back then. Don't do that nowadays. We need our...
Yeah, ERCOT is probably controlling our water system now.
Oh
too.
gosh. Ugh. ERCOT. I don't want to talk about them right now. I'm hot in the house. Okay, well, my favorite memory with Papa.
Oh, wow.
Let's see. I have lots. Well, actually, my favorite memory was at our wedding and dancing with you and your speech. Like, when we still rewatch, I tear up when you say the speech. When you turned around and said, my daughter. Don't I cry every time? Every time?
But I always considered you as my daughter.
I had to earn it.
Well, in the beginning, we had our differences, and I think, there was some differences which they were valid, but the moment that you had joined our family, I always said that I love you just like my daughter. There's no question.
Well, you don't have another one. It's just me.
No.
Me and Lucky.
And I don't need another
Me
one.
and Lucky.
The only daughter that I want.
I do have another funny story.
Tell it.
It's sports related again.
Oh.
So my dad had to pick me up from training camp at the Arrows Arena. I was in hockey, like very deep at that time, and he kept yelling. He didn't care. He kept yelling at me to throw him pucks. And so every time the coach or ref wasn't looking, I would like toss one right at him in the stands, which was actually pretty good because my aim and everything got well. And so a couple games later, I actually scored 5 goals. Just down there doing the same thing, going over the shoulder of the...
So he was helping you.
As I said at the end of the day, it made my aim better because if I could hit him all the way up in the stands,
Well, you didn't know he was a professional hockey player back in the day, too? That's
I think I gave him we went home with like 10 pucks.
I bet you still have the pucks. Do you still have the pucks? I'm sure you do. Our Papa is a collector of things. Mama says he's a hoarder.
I don't think I'm a hoarder.
He collects everything. You don't have one of just something.
You're like Ariel, but the problem with the difference between you and Ariel from Little Mermaid is she has a whole ocean to store things.
Well, here's the thing. When I was raising up, when I was little, and my mother always, anytime that she purchased something, I come from a family of 4, but anytime she would purchase something, she would purchase 4 at a time of the same thing. So, and she always believed when you purchase something, make sure you buy the best, don't buy the cheapest. Always buy the best.
I mean, I stand
And
behind
make
that.
sure you buy enough. So it's kind of, it's passed along to me, so I remember that. So I always
But I
try
feel
to
like
buy multiple.
You increased
of
it
the
to
things.
8 though, like 8 of something instead
I'm
of
hoping
4.
to have more kids.
Oh, are you?
Wow.
Well,
Breaking news, ladies and gentlemen.
good luck, Mama. Guess you gotta leave and get to work after the shot, huh?
Why, the shots work that well?
Yeah. So I heard.
It is our product.
Well, I still got legs in my pencil.
Oh God. Oh gosh. La la la. Did not hear that.
Still got red lipstick.
Oh no. Ew. Ew. Ew.
No, I'm not a dog.
Ew. Anywho, what is one of your favorite memories, Mike, with your son?
Basketball. You know,
Sports.
yeah, because Carlos, he diehard basketball. And if you meet Carlos, he got a football player body. But he's real good in basketball. And just to see his dedication and devotion. Because this guy, he going to jump on the floor for the ball. He going to play. And he always going to be, I'm not always going to be, but he's usually
Yes.
first 1 to 3 starter on the team. He always, just to watch him play basketball because he enjoyed it. He really enjoyed it. Yeah. And to see him dance because he loved to dance. A lot of people don't know it.
I know. I've never seen him dance.
I've never seen him
The
dance.
kid loved to dance.
I've seen him play basketball.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
I would love to watch him.
He loved to dance.
Okay, well next
You know
time I'm
what?
gonna
As a
make him
matter of
dance.
fact, I think he was the one that broke my toe. Because of your guidance. Step on his toe.
You should bring him next time.
I try to bring
too
him, but
busy.
we boring.
He's too teenager
We're
busy.
too bored.
We're boring.
No,
Yeah.
I'll say,
I'm just gonna
we
stay.
might be too old.
I'm just
No.
gonna stay here and play the game. I'm like, you can play the game at Rob's, but he just got that one game.
Oh, now I'm too
So now,
frugal.
look, now we're boring and broke.
That's what I told Mike this. I said, man, look, this game I've been playing, the basketball one.
Yeah, that's
I
the
said,
game we're talking about.
can Carlos figure out, I need him to come figure out how to up my players where I'm not spending a lot of money. And you know what he told Mike? Rob doesn't realize you got to spend money to play games nowadays. I said, oh, okay.
Kids with no job.
Right? You're telling me and you got no job that I got to spend money to play the game.
To get to where you're trying to get,
Yeah.
you have to spend money.
Okay,
have
then
to
I'm
spend
just gonna enjoy myself getting blocked on every shot.
Well, you can always ask your papa because that's what Carlos does. But Carlos is a teenager.
Am I gonna
and
get
you're
shaved or
almost
am I
40.
gonna play basketball?
Both. Tell him you need 4 of the game,
4 of the games.
4 of the haircuts. That's how it works.
Well, I did win last night, but I'm not gonna use it towards that.
He is cheap.
But I have
Your son is the cheapest of everybody in the family, and that's who I married. El
That's
Cheapo.
okay.
Frugal.
Frugal.
I use it
There's
towards
nothing
what
wrong.
is necessary to keep a steady environment, to keep a steady
Yeah.
mind and steady happiness.
I believe that if you have the money, you should spend it right away.
Oh boy. Well, shit.
I think.
I mean, you should.
I
be
think
able to
Mama just had a
enjoy
heart
what
attack.
you
You
make.
okay?
Yeah, I enjoy the electricity in here, and I enjoy this podcast that's able by the electricity that they just try to charge me.
But what I'm saying, if you're making enough money, then you should live comfortably. You should be able to spend basically a certain amount that you can live with it, and you still can put some money to the side for emergency. But maybe that's a bad advice. But that's
Well,
my
financial
mentality.
advisor is not one of your jobs.
Well, no, but I like to live comfortably, and I like to enjoy
Looking at things.
The finer
looking at
things.
things and the finer things. Yes.
Well, that's what I have to be here for.
Oh,
Yes.
what I'm free.
I didn't mean to laugh. I'm sorry. It was just cheesy. That's why. I
Fine
laughed.
cognac or fine champagne?
Whatever's the most expensive. That's
Both
what I
are
have.
expensive.
Isn't the 50-cent one now like getting up there?
I don't.
They keep
what
raising the
is-
price on that one.
He has both though, doesn't he? A
it's-
champagne and a cognac.
Cognac. Yeah.
I don't know.
But he's not with Global, so.
Oh, okay, we're not talking about him. Sorry.
Sorry, Fitty.
Okay, my favorite memory with my dad. God, I guess it's probably sports too, because I also played basketball growing up, and my mom was not into sports at all, and yeah, just watching him in the stands, because I'm a really good basketball player.
She didn't like playing with us, though. She said, Rob trying to take people's heads off.
Well, I mean, I played, like, you know, not street ball, so I'm not used to getting an elbow in the throat.
You like playing baseball?
Basketball.
Basketball.
I played basketball, yeah. I'm even in the yearbook.
Really?
Yeah.
When
I played basketball and soccer,
Impressive.
and I was on the dance squad.
I remember when we first met, we were playing outside this apartment area with my friends over there, and I said, "Babe, come on, why don't you used to play basketball?" She goes, "I'm not playing with y'all. They were trying to kill each other."
Yeah, because I'll get violent. They just hit each other and then just go on about their business. If you hit me, we're fighting. So, yeah, it's a little too aggressive.
Got to get that rebound, man.
A little too
Whatever
aggressive.
it takes.
Talking about dancing, when I was going to school, I had to take a class. One of the classes that I needed, I think it was like 2 or 3 points that I needed to for 1 year, and
Like an elective.
elective course, yes. And one of the courses came out, it was dancing. I said, well, let me just go ahead and just take dancing, you know, it's an easy thing.
Yeah.
I think I can pass it even if I don't go. So I took the classes for about a week. After a week, I had to drop that.
You didn't have the hips for it, or what happened?
No, because I think I made the professor too nuts.
What were you doing?
I was making my own move.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
Although these days you can see all those moves here on TV, you know, but
They stole them from you.
I think they did.
Oh, the twerking?
Roger
Bouncing.
The bouncing? He went in with them Saturday Night Fever moves, and it was ballet. That's funny. I never took dancing.
No, I do love classical music, though. I do love classical. I do play piano.
Yeah, that is
Yablo.
something that a lot of people... Yablo.
All the classics.
Nobody knows who Yablo... I don't think our listeners know who Yablo
Look
is.
it up on YouTube. Yablo.
I think you need to explain why you call me Yablo.
No, I don't call you Yablo. I said you listen to Yablo.
You mean
So there was my dad used to listen to
Yanni?
Yanni.
I do still listen to him. I think he's the greatest.
I'm sure you do. So
Yeah.
Sprite had a commercial back in the day that had Yablo's greatest hits. The guy was singing to the sheep. And back then I caught the commercial, but he wasn't around at the time. So I had to wait for it. Dad! Yablo, come.
Before DVR was a
Right.
thing. Yeah. I'm going to post a picture on our page of what Yablo looks like. Maybe some of his greatest hits.
But
also.
Gypsy Kings, we got down at Gypsy Kings. That was a
Gypsy
good
Kings,
memory.
That's a good band.
That's a good memory.
We went to a concert with you
Yeah.
and Mama at here in Houston, and I liked it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I love Gypsy King.
Who was the one that used to sing the song? That's another memory. Every time in your Bronco, I remember that song always
Oh,
coming.
you had a Bronco, OJ?
A blue,
I had
a blue Bronco
blue
forever.
Bronco, actually, for several years.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeehaw.
I had that Bronco for quite some times, and when it broke down, I actually had to get it towed, and I think I only got $50 for it.
It got struck by lightning though, and still ran.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it got like
Yeah.
yeah, here
But it
on
still ran for 5 years after
What's
that.
the song? You said he kept playing.
I'm undercover. I'm undercover tonight.
I know that song.
Do you?
Oh,
Yeah, I've
that's
heard it.
by
Hiroshima.
Hiroshima.
Oh my dad loves. That's how I know it. My dad loves Hiroshima. That's so weird. Which I thought was. I mean, my dad.
Every time, I know the covers, I know the covers tonight. And then, and you remember when he felt nostalgic? We were driving in the Jeep, the green Jeep, to Colorado, and we stopped in New Mexico, I think. Wherever it was, he got this Indian tribal soundtrack
Chief
CD.
Knockin'.
Yeah, Chief Walkin', whatever I call him, Chief Big-a-Knockin', something like that. And so it was on repeat for the next 8 hours.
I think you guys in the mood.
The mood for what?
For what?
Rain dancing? Or what?
Like, I could tell the next song, the melody of the next song was coming on. Like, I knew the damn song. I learned Indian for 8 hours in the.
He was getting you in the spirit.
It's like 6 tracks. So,
I'm shocked you didn't get
and
a
it was
headdress.
and then some of them sped up with a little bit of shakers in the back.
Yeah.
I like the Indian people. I mean, they're very hospitable. I had to go and work in New Mexico. I had an assignment for about 4 months, and I met a lot of people there. They're American Indians. They're very hospitable, and I love the fried bread that they make.
Oh, yeah.
The fried bread, I remember to this day, is the best thing.
I remember
Never
when he took us to downtown Denver, he took us to a place that had buffalo meat.
Ugh.
And coming from Houston, Texas.
Buffalo Company, it's called.
What?
Yes.
That's what it was called, yeah. And coming from Houston, Texas, I was like, "Are you allowed to eat this?" I was looking around the restaurant. Are people eating this? This is the American animal, isn't it? Do they got bald eagle here too? So, I still actually, as a matter of fact, I bought next door. They had hides and jackets and leather things, and I have still to this day that I used to wear on my Harley when I was on it all the time in the cold. I have a leather jacket, and I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was buffalo or what it was, but I just thought it was cool for the bike.
It's here in the house?
Yeah, it's you've seen it.
Oh.
I wore it on when you came back from Magic Mike too.
Oh.
You don't remember?
Oh, okay, yes, I know. That's some. There's your son. I went to see Magic Mike with the girls, and then I came home and he dressed up like Magic Mike because he didn't want me to stray my eyes. He had on a vest and no shirt, and he started dancing in front of
Did he dance in the shower?
Well, he's done that too. Do you
Oh, the bathtub with the string?
Yes.
What show was that?
That was Peep Show.
Peep Show.
Peep Show in Vegas. And it had Holly from The Girls Next Door, and it was
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
It was her. I thought it was the
We
girl
went,
that's
we went twice. They had Holly and
and the
Kendra.
one. Yeah.
Right.
And then they had
That was the
the girl
original.
from
The girl
Danity
from
Kane.
Danity Kane. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I think we saw it 3 times. But there's a scene in that show where there's a guy in a bathtub and he's got a rope from the ceiling, and he basically aerial arts into the tub. And one day I came home and Robert was in the bathtub with jeans on, because he has jeans on in the show, and he had a string thread that you sew clothes with taped to the ceiling. Yeah, he's like his papa
That's
said, one of the
creative.
funniest
Very
people ever.
creative.
Yes. Yeah, he tries to mimic all. He doesn't want my eyes to stray. He wants to show
That's not called.
he can create.
That's not
anything.
called. That's not called mimicking. That's called improving.
Oh, okay.
I did an improvement.
You improved the
show.
Yeah.
show, that's right.
Yeah,
I think you should have gone and showed it to the producer.
Yeah, and when he grabbed the string, what was going to happen?
It's sad that show was cancelled. I mean,
It was a cute show.
It was a good
Very
show,
cute show.
actually.
You liked it? Oh, you liked the Muppet Show. The
Avenue Q.
I never saw
You
it.
didn't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, I thought you were there.
Guys. No, I was too tired that night.
He gets tired from shopping.
Yeah.
We go to Vegas as a family a lot, but Papa doesn't gamble. The rest of
I
us
used
gamble.
to gamble. I mean, I used to gamble big. Well, unfortunately, I think I just kind of slowed down, so I left the gambling to the younger generation, such as you, Dania, and
Your wife?
my wife and Robert. You can't have too many holes.
He doesn't like to give the casino his money. He gives the
Right.
casino shops his money.
While they appreciate one part of Vegas, you appreciate
The other part. Yeah.
So nobody missed nothing.
Yeah. And he appreciates the pillows to sleep on.
You have like about 10 of those at home too.
Pillows? Yes. I like to sleep comfortably.
No, I meant from the casino.
No, you don't.
How many pillows have you taken from a hotel?
Zero.
I don't take it, I'll go and buy it. If I see a pillow that I like, I always go and I order it.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. How many ashtrays do we have?
Yeah.
An ashtray, yes.
And pens.
Although
pens.
I don't even smoke, I do have quite a bit of ashtray, good collection of it. Pens are,
Free.
yes, I do take pens. Anytime that I see pens, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't.
Well, hold on. Let me put this Laird's one away.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we do have a Dior pen your dad saw
I
that
saw.
you
I
took.
heard.
I
I
left
heard.
it.
You got that from your papa.
No, Laird gave this
I
to
just
me.
take the
Relinquished.
pen and pencils for the warehouse guys,
Yeah.
so that way they can pull their orders correctly.
Yeah. With pens from the Bahamas. So they feel fancy. That's funny.
Pens and pencil are expensive, so.
They're not
the
that
money
expensive.
Well, I think the money that we spend, for a hotel room,
Yeah. You should have
be able to give-
souvenirs.
yeah,
Yeah.
consider it as a souvenir.
Yeah. As a thank you for your patronage.
Absolutely.
It's like that one Friends episode. You don't take the remote. You take the batteries in the remote.
Oh.
You don't
Oh,
take,
shit. His eyes lit up.
You don't
Now,
take
batteries are expensive.
you don't take the lamp. You take the light bulbs.
Well, Mama, I hope you pack an extra luggage when we go to
But
town
you get
again.
that light bulb pass
That is pretty funny, though.
Yeah.
I mean, batteries are expensive.
Pass on. Yeah, you ain't gonna
Security?
get on a plane. Yeah.
You can't put them underneath?
Light bulbs, no. I
Really?
don't think you'll get that light bulb.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well,
Yeah.
batteries are more
Well,
expensive.
staycation.
They got
Then.
mercury in them.
Oh, the new ones do.
Not LED.
Yeah, that's
Well, those are the expensive ones.
right. I was actually. Matter of fact, I need to buy some of these just in case one of them goes out, just to make sure I got the right one.
Home Depot.
I know.
Go with your papa. He'll get you
Make
4.
sure we advertise for Home Depot.
Home
they
Depot.
can- They need to go in and
Home
pay.
Depot.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yes, they need to pay
With
for
the-
this advertising.
Okay, well,
Home
Gucci.
Depot. Well, that's
I'm just going to start throwing out names if they're just going to send
right.
us.
It's free right now. The Home Depot, where the home man.
Tiffany
works.
and Company. I like diamonds.
You like money?
I like money. Have you seen that movie? You haven't seen that
No,
movie.
no.
We told you to watch it a million
Tiffany?
times.
No,
No.
Idiocracy.
No.
You should watch it.
You should watch it.
It
Then you'll
will-
appreciate the warehouse
It
people.
will entertain you. Yeah.
What else? What,
Mike doesn't talk too much. And he's the
I talk
director of this.
Who said he's the director?
Who was the director?
We're all the
Yeah, we
directors.
all the directors. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know a show can have that many directors.
Yeah, and still get
So
along.
who's the producer?
Mike.
Mike.
Mike is the director and producer.
Yes. And I'm the director and marketer.
Yeah.
And he is the director and
Of
talent.
talking.
And talents.
I usually talk Roger.
Very nice.
I was just going with the flow. Letting you have your time.
It's Father's Day.
Yeah.
You're supposed to do the talking.
What's one of the first character traits you've seen in Robert, that you knew he picked up from you?
Besides the pen stealing.
I didn't steal. I told you reluctantly gave me
What was one of the first
No, the
times you
deal.
seen yourself in Robert?
I'm trying to think. Most of the stuff that he does, really, he has picked up from me, unfortunately. I mean, there's that I use constantly. I don't know if I can say it in the air.
Oh, this is a
But,
free speech.
Yeah.
fuck it all.
Fuck it all. The fuck it
One
all.
of the things that Robert has picked up,
Fuck it alls.
he uses most often.
I think
I just try not
he's picked up loving his family.
Yeah.
That's a trait that
Yeah,
you have.
I mean, he does have a good heart. He really does have a good heart.
Yeah, but
I mean,
you love your family, like you talk to them all day, even though you're not in the same country, and that's a good quality.
Yes.
that you- and he definitely loves his family a lot.
Yep. Good point.
You're welcome.
So,
Because I know you both so well.
Yeah, I see myself in Carlos.
I see a lot of you in Carlos.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know I have attitude, and he shares
What?
my attitude sometimes.
think you have
Yeah.
good attitude.
Yeah, I have a good attitude, but
Depending who he's around.
yeah, and he's a little stubborn, like I am.
A little?
Yeah, but he also has my sense of humor. He got a crazy sense of humor, so yeah.
He's your mini-me. For real.
I hope he have my work ethic. Yeah.
Well,
What
yeah.
about you, Daniel?
Me? What did I pick up from you?
Your let's go from there.
From you?
Did you pick up anything from me?
Yeah, all my IT experience. That's how I can fix things.
Related. I'm talking about personal lives. Let's hear it.
Well, I picked up shopping habits from you, maybe.
That's not a good.
I mean, I like luxury too. You said you like the finer things, so do I.
Very good. I'll take that. Well, I'm glad that I rubbed something good
Yes.
on you.
Miss Murdock,
Yes.
what do you see in Robert that you know directly comes from Mr. Murdock?
God, I hate to say this, but driving, they go,
Oh my
there's no lane.
god! Oh my god! If you guys could see Cognac's
On
face,
the whole road.
Papa is the worst driver ever. I feel like
I'm
Robert's.
efficient.
You're equally scary, but for different reasons.
Well, let's put it this way. Robert and I, we used to take a flying course in Colorado. Robert started taking the flying course. We paid for the classes. I think we paid for the first 100 hours, and Robert took about 50 hours, and then the instructor came. He said, "Please take your son away." He was so scared flying with him.
That makes sense.
You should have
Robert
man,
was trying to do all kind of stuff.
He said you just need to go to the Air Force for real.
He said
Highway
he
to the
would
danger
be
zone.
a great fighter jet.
Basically, I was like, this thing can really only go 80. Let me try to dip it.
Yeah, I would never get in a plane with either of you.
I was just checking the limits.
So we kind of switched, and I decided to take his part. I finished up the course.
So what did you do? Did you fly in front of other planes? And
No, actually, I thought I was very good actually on flying, but unfortunately, I didn't pursue it.
well, you should have, because you
I
know you
should
could have
have.
saved us a lot of money in vacations and travel.
I think so. too.
Yeah. So
I got you flying
Maybe.
flying lessons, as a matter of fact, for one Father's Day.
maybe you can go back and get on that, because we need a private jet. So
And then your son
it's
can
never-
take over and
it's-
get us there 2 hours quicker.
you're not.
Where is the funding gonna come from?
Well, just get the license first, and then
Keep his eyes
we'll
open.
get one of your collections and sell it, and then we'll get a private jet.
Okay.
You'll make your money back in the long run in
Right.
first class tickets.
when we're videotaping it
We'll always
too.
be first class, and we go when we want, See, think about it.
But you guys are not gonna pay me.
First class for
Why are we gonna pay you? Your
So
family.
I'm gonna be able to make money.
You go fly other people.
Yes.
I see.
First class for first class people, I see.
Yes.
Right. Buy 4 planes.
Right.
No.
For the best.
Full plane.
Just can we get one first? He'll have 4. But
Yeah, you're thinking 4. Remember, 4 of everything. So 4 of the best planes. I'll fly the fighter jet one.
yeah, I'm still gonna take United. I'm thinking about it. 'Cause
I'll be buzzing by y'all.
every time I'm in the car, like when we go, especially places like we've never been, like Hawaii and stuff, and you're driving, I'm always like, why did I do this? Why did I do this to myself? You don't notice I'm usually quiet because I'm praying.
Yes.
Because you just do whatever you want.
I don't drive that bad.
You really do.
I don't think so.
You really do. I mean,
I always said, I was the best driver. I'm still the best driver.
well, I think everybody thinks they're the best at
Knock on
everything.
wood, I have never had a single
Please don't.
Don't say that.
citation.
Well, you have to knock under it.
Knock on wood.
Under.
There you go. I have never had a
Quinn.
single accident. Again, knock on wood. Top, bottom,
Under.
Okay, Michael,
sideways.
this is Roger driving to Colorado. Did you feel safe looking at this face when your eyes are closed?
He's not
He
awake.
says he was
I was blinking.
That was not a blink.
I was blinking.
Your eyes are closed.
For our listeners, he's not blinking in that picture. eyes were.
There was another time we drove all the way through, and at night, and I was like, Dad, I'll take over. You can't blame in the state. Dad, I'm better than you rolling over the hill right now. Like, if I take a charge, I'd rather serve a couple of days and.
Yeah, you're not a good driver. Sorry.
And neither is Rob, according
Rob.
to Miss Murdock.
Me?
She say
He's a scary driver. Yep, he's a scary driver.
I'm efficient.
He's awake.
I'm efficient. I'm efficient. Let's put it that way. As many years as I've drove to multiple places in Texas, I'm just efficient.
You
Let's put it that way.
You got driver's lessons on the pod.
I know. We said guests want to come drive with each one of us. They're more than welcome to give their opinions, and my invitation's still open.
Just meet him at the offices. Not.
You forget I was the one driving a motorcycle in the ice and snow.
I didn't forget. I've not forgotten.
Very dangerous.
Yes.
Very dangerous, but young, dumb, and full of
Yeah. Yeah.
Dumbness.
No, the scariest moment, to be honest with you, the bike thing. I was coming from the Cheyenne Mountain Zoo, or Broadmoor Zoo. I'm sorry, down Cheyenne Mountain and whatever, and it was icy and snowy, and I was hitting them curves so just sliding, and then giving them the gas and sliding, not braking too much, using the gears to control the tire pressure on the whatever. One time, my grandmother, she was sitting on the on the patio, and she was smoking, and I pulled up to the house, and the uphill part had ice all over it, and so I'm trying to get up, sliding my back tire, and she's just sitting there the whole time like this. If you could see me, she's like this with her cigarette.
Shaking her head.
And then when I got it up and into the garage, I just winked at her. She was like, "Salbet."
That's funny.
I almost hit a deer too one time. That was,
In a motorcycle?
My poor dear.
oh, I said
You didn't
almost.
hit it.
Yeah.
It
literally
jumped across my fender.
Poor deer.
A car. I was gonna say, poor me. A car hit me once in my front fender, and I went sliding down one of the busiest roads, and still drove it.
How many times have you guys actually ridden your motorcycles together? Because
Oh,
I've only
man.
seen you do it one time since I've known you guys.
We did one time to Denver.
About 3 or 4 times, unfortunately.
Oh, I think
From the
I remember
Colorado,
the one
we
time in
used to-
Denver.
From the springs to
Colorado,
Denver.
we used to
Yeah.
do it more often.
Yeah.
But here in Houston,
Excuse me.
you really can't.
It's
There
no
are
too
many
dangerous.
people. It's
Yeah.
way too dangerous. The traffic is too crowded, and the drivers here, they don't know how to handle people that they're on a bike.
What do you feel about the helmet thing, though, by the way?
I think everyone needs to wear the helmet.
You think so?
I think so.
See, and I'm the opposite, because when I wore a helmet, I wasn't in the environment. You know what I mean? Like,
The helmet
Car-
is for your safety.
Yeah.
I get that, but I'm saying that I never felt, when I wore a helmet, I felt more like, I guess, claustrophobic. I wasn't in the environment
Well, that's
surrounding
what
me.
they
Maybe you
say
need-
about the seat belt.
Maybe you need a helmet that's
Well, no,
all
I'll wear
clear.
it. Huh?
Oh, full on clear helmet.
Like those people wearing the masks
Yeah.
and Switzerland.
Scuba helmet.
Just like, what is it, Wonder Woman that flies that
Invisible jet.
invisible
Oh yeah.
plane? Maybe you should have an invisible.
There's an episode that you said that on Family Guy where Superman's flying next to her and she's sitting flying.
Right.
And he goes, "Oh, I see you're in your plane." And she goes, "Yeah, I'm in the toilet right now."
Oh. You know all of the Family Guy episodes in South
I
Park.
saw a little clip on a site. I can't remember. There was an auction with this idiot that auctioning an invisible
Artwork.
Oh yes.
statue.
Yeah, and he sold it for
I just
like
sold one to.
$75,000 or something.
I tried to sell it to Adam
I
and
think it's
Mike.
over 18,000.
I just want to know what idiot actually paid. To
Well, I
have-
did ask Mama if she saw it at your house.
I thought you had 4
She
of
said
them.
she didn't see it.
If that's the case, I have many of those.
That's what I said.
Well, what can we find? Where can
I
we
have
find
invisible
these,
Van Goghs all over this house.
Right?
They gotta be statues.
I have his invisible ear floating around somewhere.
Yeah.
Why didn't we come up with that?
I did. I tried to sell it to you and Adam. Y'all weren't taking
He said
it.
it didn't go with his
That was
house.
after
Yeah, he said it didn't go with his house. Adam said he was moving. He didn't need to move any extra things.
Good answer.
I have nowhere to put it.
It's too big.
I mean, I have a picture of it and everything.
Can you imagine? Oh,
That's how rich people are. Rich people just spend money.
well, they can donate the money to something.
They did. They donated to that Italian guy. Because it's donating because you didn't get anything.
So he can make another one.
Yeah.
He
Right?
could have said, "Well, here's my invisible money."
Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Here it is.
Yeah.
That's what I would have said.
That is. Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And some idiot, whoever bought it's probably like, don't touch, don't walk there.
You
I tripped over it.
Got a light on it.
Yeah.
Spent
You don't
more.
see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't see the shadow.
Maybe they're a Scientologist or something. You know, they believe any old thing. So, are we gonna do our have you remember our segment, right?
Partially.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Explain to him our segment.
We challenged ourselves to do 3,000 episodes.
Yes.
And with those, how we count those 3,000 episodes, we have 3,000 questions that we ask ourselves about me, Cognac the girl, and them about you. So you're going to take that book, you're going to randomly open it, and whatever question you land on,
You have to ask the question, and we all have to answer it.
Yeah.
If there's a star by it, that means we already asked it.
yeah.
Is that
So you don't get to study. You just open it and go like this
And read whatever
Yeah.
one off
And
the
read.
page.
Yeah.
and let
that
us
truth
and let
or
us
dare?
know the number. It's not truth or dare. We can play truth or dare. You can come back another time.
let's see.
What's the number?
995.
Okay. What is it?
What are you hypocritical about?
Oh,
Oh, that's a deep one.
that's a pretty
kind
good
of-
question.
Hesitated to ask.
I'll go first. I'm hypocritical about my diet. I'm always on a diet, but my actions so different.
Hypocritical.
Yeah, I'm always cutting carbs, but got a mouth full of carbs.
Okay.
Yeah. I can tell you about cutting carbs.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think something that you tell people not to do, but you do. Oh. I don't know. You're right over there, Tequila.
Yeah, that was funny.
What about you?
I thought you were going.
You don't have an answer? Hypocritical about? Probably. I talk a lot of shit. But I'm also about empowering people. But I also talk a lot of shit too. So that's probably hypocritical.
So you tear down just as much as you try to build it?
Yeah, if I don't. I'm really allergic to stupid people. It's an allergy. It's no allergy. It's in my medical file. So, yeah. I should probably just not talk so much shit, I guess. I don't know. There's stupid people. They're everywhere.
Everybody's looking at me.
No, because you're the next one to answer.
I thought you were.
That's
Well,
easy.
one of you.
I mean, with
Go
me
ahead.
it's really easy because I give a lot of advice, good advice.
You give a lot of
to
advice.
individuals that
Yes.
I think that they're right. I'm right 95% of the time. But unfortunately, I don't follow it myself sometimes, and that's because individuals have tendency to get under my skin.
Yeah.
And I have my limit.
Yes.
And I do have a very short limit.
The limit is short. His limit is Gordon Ramsay short. We call him Papa Ramsay
Gordon
sometimes.
Ramsay, I think he's a joke.
Yeah, see,
And he
you
might
got
be able to cook,
you
but
too.
I think he's a joke.
Yeah.
For
yeah.
Well, I guess we won't be advertising for Hell's Kitchen.
what's he gonna pay?
He might now. He might come pay you a visit.
You guys would never get along because you're too much alike.
We'll see who can yell louder.
That could be a show.
Yeah.
With him, I just don't understand. Individuals that go to his show, to learn something, but meanwhile he's standing over there and insulting them instead of teaching them what needs to be done. He stands there and curse at them.
What?
Yeah, like
That doesn't
the
sound
people at the
familiar
bar-
at all.
the bar- like the bar restoration show, where
Yes.
they say the
I didn't
bars,
watch that one, but
They got to do the same.
That
thing.
one I had.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking
Yes,
about? Yeah,
yes.
where you got to say their bars. He's
Yeah.
supposed to be helping them,
Right,
but
right.
he helped them in the most harsh way.
Right,
Yeah.
exactly. Right.
Papa, you don't understand that at all?
No.
No.
He's
said
sitting
from
like
the
Gordon
beginning,
Ramsay right now.
I don't think that
You're literally in the Gordon Ramsay pose. That's his pose.
That's his pose.
What are you hypocritical about?
Ooh, I'm hypocritical about telling people how bad their kids are when I technically don't have any. But trying to give them advice, like, hey, maybe you want to, but I don't have that child.
I don't
so
think that's hypocritical. I think it's ridiculous that people think you have to have kids to give any type of
Yeah,
advice.
well, that's one thing I can think of as far as,
Unless your kid not human.
Yeah. I mean, behavior is behavior.
Here's the thing that frustrates me in general. Don't ask me for advice if you don't want me to give you the answer you didn't want to hear, basically.
Yeah.
That
you-
irritates me.
Because you're not gonna follow that advice.
I mean, because logically,
Well, it's just people that it's like, oh, help me,
Help
help
me
me,
do
and then
this,
you
and
help
then
them, then you don't do
you
it,
give a
you don't
solution
listen,
for it, and you don't.
So
and then you
They-
come back and then you want
they
help with.
hypocrites.
Again,
Yeah,
the same
They the
thing.
hypocrites.
They're the hypocrites. Yeah.
Why are you a hypocrite?
What I might think's right is right. What I might think's wrong is wrong. But at the end of the day, at least I'm coming up with a solution or suggestion or whatever it may be. But if that's not what you wanted to hear, then why'd you ask me? Why'd you waste my time to think
I
that?
think you're hypocritical about being negative. I think that you
Yeah.
used to be a super positive person, so you used to always be like, you're being negative, and now I think you're more negative. But you think other people are.
It's cynical.
Okay, well,
I guess I'm getting more cynical.
whatever thesaurus word you want to call it.
No, I'm saying I guess I'm getting more cynical the older I get. Where some of these people, it amazes me their thought process.
It's stupid people everywhere, like I just said. Far as the eye can see.
It's gotten to the point where I'm like sitting there telling people that shouldn't tell people, but I'm like, maybe I'm crazy. Maybe you need to say something to this person, because they're like, no, I agree. But maybe coming from your lips and mouth and verbiage, maybe it will blink to their mind that, oh yeah, Rob was making sense.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Papa,
Thank you
for being here.
Inviting.
You'll
Thank
have to
you.
come back for the Truth or Dare episode.
Yeah.
I'll
I
treat
have
their
a
name.
question for you all.
Yes. We love you. Okay.
Yeah.
What's the other question?
I love you guys too. What do you call an American bee?
USB.
A USB.
Oh, I'm very impressed.
How does a mermaid wash its fins?
We got a mermaid right here.
With the tide.
With time.
With tide.
Is Robert a tree?
Is Robert what?
A tree.
Am I a tree?
I really don't know how to answer.
Ask me. It's ask
Not
me.
yet.
Ask me if I'm a tree.
Are you a tree?
Nope.
So I guess we're ending the episode with dad jokes. AKA corny jokes.
Very good. Next time I'll come with some dirty jokes.
Oh boy. And then you can tell them about your artwork collection too next time.
Oh,
Yeah. And we can post some
And we can
pictures.
post those too. They
I
might.
would
They might.
love to show my art.
They might become invisible.
Yeah. Thank you guys for listening.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Happy Father's Day to everyone.
Yes.
Again. Also to Israel too. A bunch of daddies out there.
Happy
Uji,
Father's Day.
and Eno,
Nino,
and Nati.
Nati,
Yes.
Natan. More. Oh my God.
More.
More. Sorry, I was thinking.
Yossi,
Yossi.
There's a lot of fathers over there.
Uji.
I said
Well,
Uji first.
Uji, yeah.
Yeah. He's got a lot of kids and a lot of
With,
dogs.
sorry, with Maura, for some reason with Maura, I forgot he had the
I
kid
know,
in the-
because we forget we're older.
Yeah. Luigi has a lot of grandchildren.
Yeah. Lord.
Oh, he's good.
Yes.
With women.
Yes.
Women love them.
The women love the Uji.
The women love the mower too. The mower. That's what he goes by. The mower.
All right. Thank you guys. Thanks for listening. Like and subscribe. And we'll be back maybe with one more. Because we owe you guys one.
We salute
Good night.
you.
Salute. Salute. L'chaim.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
That's it for this week's episode of Cognac, Tequila, and the Girl. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on your favorite podcast app. As always, we'd love to hear your feedback. Follow us on all the social medias. Leave your comments and reviews. Until next week, keep safe and keep your squad close. Thanks for hanging out.